This is LordMaddog, and we are playing Kerbal Space Program. So I have to say, welcome back. Last time we installed Interstellar Mod, and tested out some of the parts, basically tested the beam wall, gave a little bit of tutorial with that, and then we went ahead and decided to launch more resources into space and more Kerbals into space to send them all the way to Minimus. So we're going to pick up right there where we left off, and we're going to jump right on in. And this is the unit we were using last time, and we are currently getting into a stable orbit. We're going to speed up a little. There, now we're in stable orbit. We're going to aim for Minimus. Basically routine hit by this time. We are taking a boatload of xenon with us. That we are, we're taking I think 60,000 xenon with us. And so our drones will have enough xenon to continue to run way in the future. Because each drone costs about 10, so I can send up 6 drones with this. 10k. Alright, so we're headed out to Minimus, refining our interaction with it. If you're using MechJab, there is a selection to refine target, refine approach to target. That works pretty well, actually, from what I've seen. I don't use it very often because it always tells you some weird error, but it usually works even with those errors. So just so you know, it's right where the Hammond transfer to target is. You click on that one and you change it to refine approach to target. So this is basically routine here. By this time, we've already had like 12 ships all the way to Minimus. Alright, so now, this is going to take 8 days to get out there. And Minimus Base 2.0 is complete. So we're going to go ahead and place that. So UI, it's not actually complete. It's going to take 2 more days. I don't understand what the heck's wrong with that thing. The estimated time does not work on this thing. It always takes more than it should. So instead of 2 days, like I said it was going to take, it's going to take 4 days. I wanted to make sure that when this thing happens, there we go, I don't end up accidentally missing my opportunity. As you can see, the physics are bugging out. I hate that. Wish you could turn them off on base. Here we're going to build it. Oh, that's not good. Well, that didn't work. I can't move it. Reload. We'll have to move it. Let's spawn our Milford, the one with our tool. Too heavy. Oh no. So what happens when I installed Kerbal Interstellar? It decided to mess with my settings for my KSI. So I'm going to have to there we go, changed it, reloaded. There, add that there. Stupid physics. Alright, gonna try. Oh, that was obviously gonna happen. I don't know what the heck I'm thinking. You can't do that. You just can't get back in there that easy. Let's disconnect this. See if we can stop this stupidity. Alright, here. Seriously? Just blew up everything. I seriously need to be able to disable physics on an object. Disable all the physics on my base. But there is no mod like that. I've looked. Once again, it decides it's gonna be busted. Don't know why. Give me a sec. Well, at this point, I was absolutely just upset with it, mad at it, and I quit the game. I wasn't planning on coming back because I remember the last time I went to build a base, stuff like this continuously happened. So it's already spawned here, and I'm trying to... no, it continuously blows up. See, if I could dictate on how it spawned when I finalize and maneuver it before it is spawned or something, I don't know. Like I said, I would really like to have a mobile VAB. Yeah, a mobile VAB would be really, really nice. And then it would just estimate how much time it'll take according to how many Kerbals and the production power and everything, and it wobbled itself apart. And no, I don't really have any hints on how to stop this ridiculous reactions of physics like this. It just, you gotta keep messing with it and reloading and saving. Make sure you always save a lot, because if you're gonna build a base, the game's not really designed for it, sadly. Nope, once again explodes. But if it was me, honestly, just forget, just let this all play in the background. If it was me in real life, because we do have 3D printing and different things, and yes, I know what 3D printing is, and I know how it works because I've researched it, and it takes different resources. But if it was me, if I was going to do anything on the moon, I would first get samples of the moon soil. We already know rhodium and whatnot, but what's underneath the dust. All right. Then I would run experiments on it and see how to harden it. Mass explosions. See how to transform it into like a crystalline or a carbon or obsidian kind of structure, so it can actually be used as a production item to produce, to shape and mold, to be able to shape and mold it, which is, very important. And then you would take whatever the machinery is, you develop it and compact it, and once you land on the moon or the surface you're going to land on, I'll blow up again, you initiate your gathering, your digger, whatever it is. It digs it, it smelts it, it refines it, and then puts it out in building blocks or something that can connect, sort of like Legos, or kind of a lot more high tech. I understand that. And then you would be able to build structures on the moon or whatever surface you are. So you can move pretty well in space, and the newer space suits. It's not near as encumbersome as it was in the old ones. Oh, nope, didn't succeed. Again. Anyway, so, or even actually have a completely mechanical that it builds, that digs down, gets the dirt or whatever the substance is made out of, turns it into a building block, and then starts building with it. Makes a big dome, airtight dome, or some other type of substance. Ooh, we finally did it without it exploding. Yay! Let's go ahead and reconnect these two here. Yeah, I didn't want to do that. All right. Link. And watch it blow up. Oh, it didn't. Look at that. All right. So that's what I would do. I mean, if you're gonna do any space exploration, you'd want to build a kind of a base of operations at where you're going. And I figure to have a stable location and building place, it'd be best to do that. Because we have the technology now with 3D printing and different stuff, and with miniature reactors, which we actually have the technology to make nuclear reactors the size of a briefcase now. In fact, there was a company I was looking at that had a reactor, a 4-foot by 4-foot black box, and which is a way decent amount, about a ton, they said. But it said it will last for like 50, 60 years and power up to 2 or 3 skyscrapers. And back in before we actually used the nuke, we actually used to have nuclear reactors inside. I'm trying to build the beam power here. That's stupid. That's not going to happen. Because I don't even have the resources to do that. So, man probe, that's much better. Okay. And once again, I have to start all these but more parts, more lag. And if you can tell, the game's already starting to really lag out here at this base. Physic out and lag out. So, this base basically becomes really hard to deal with later on, as you'll see. But it's nice. In real life, it'd be awesome to have this base on the moon or Minimus, wherever it would be. I mean, a drill system, it collecting the resources. Oh, here I'm gonna go ahead and turn this into scrap. There, I scrapped it. It is now being torn apart. So that reduces the amount of and a little reduces some of the lag. Hope there's no Kerbals in it. Alright. Those things weren't running because of everything that went crazy. It doesn't really matter. I have plenty of mining and resources at this point. I'm gonna have to do something with that stuff later. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go back to our, we're gonna try to make some little different things here. I'm gonna skip through these because if I remember right, these don't work out too well. I was trying to figure out, oh wait, no. Yeah, I'm going to skip through this a little bit because my end result was nothing like what I was trying to mess with. So here I got these things and I tried them out. They didn't, I have no idea what they do. They're universal something or other. I still haven't really figured them out. And miners. More minings, more refineries. I can't figure them out. Just a massive waste of time. However, I did eventually go with this design, Bouncy House Mine. And I did not realize at that time, I should have realized it. I do build this and utilize it. However, it is a massive amount of moving parts. It's got like 16, so it's got 16 drills on it. And as I said, the more parts you have, the more lag you're going to have. So what I should have done is just made one drill and made it massive sized. that piece. I'll go and build, I think, right there, the bouncy house. Mining bouncy house. Should have just made. So, if you're going to build a base, you're going to want to, like I keep telling you, as minimal parts as possible and make them large, and try not to have that many moving parts either. So, the less moving parts, the better, and yeah, whatnot. Refining my orbit, executing a node. I'm finding my maneuvering nodes and then executing it. Go. Now we're gonna. I don't know why I switched to, but that's fine. Finalize. That's right. The bouncy house is done. My Milford. We're gonna move it into place here. No, I don't want this to directly connect to the thing because it'll be bouncing moving my absolutely every single one of my parts and causing mass amount of lag because it makes them jitter like the other things move, and this would really make everything move. So switch it over there, activate it, turn it all on. That didn't start. I have to go manually start every single last drill. Oh, so annoying. Like, that's another reason why not to do that, because you have to manually activate them. There is a mod called All Y'all, which I get later on, enables you to activate all those type of things, or deactivate or retract all at one time, all those units at one time. All different things that kind of match with each other. So we're going to go ahead and connect this up to my base. Can't connect there, can't connect there. Here, we'll connect somewhere here. There we go. Link. And, oh well, I destroyed my radiator. And by connecting it, it blows the entire base to smithereens. Don't ask me how it does that. It just physics decides, oh, I didn't like what you're doing. Let's blow everything up. Make everything fly 50 feet into the air. Even though they weigh in the thousands of tons right now, we're going to make them bounce around like toys. Yeah, at least they get a lot of little nice explosions. Let's try that again. Oh great, I hadn't saved after I had... No, I didn't have to actually reload the right run. There we go. There's that ship. I decided to not mess with the bouncy house at this time. There we are. We're coming a different orbit than I usually come in at. This is actually better orbit because it flows that way. Alright, anyway, we're about ready to go ahead and land there. Those are multiple things I had left out from way before. that was too much. Execute that node. That was kind of stupid of me. Because, of course, it rotated while I was trying to land on it. Alright, 4K up. We're pretty much right on top. Go ahead and speed up my fall. Lag out because it's loading in all those at one time. That lag spike you see in there, would imagine that 4 times the size of what it was. This is actually a pretty good landing on my part, I think. I ended up being only 400 some feet away. Now, the only problem is I don't think I saved, and I think I ended up destroying something. Oh, there, I did save. Alright. Too fast. And then crash into it. Boom. Alright, that's reload time. Get impatient. Try to go too fast. Like I said, you can't go over 10 meters per second. Otherwise, it blows up. Because that's the threshold for everything. About 10 meters per second. Some things have less if you put pressure on them. And that's what I was trying to do, kind of make it stand up while I was flying there, so my xenon exploded. Try to keep my speed within range here. A little bit more, push forward. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and distribute our Kerbals. At least I'm going to try to. The reactor, some reason, turned off. And then I have to restart everything. Yeah. Once again, big scaled objects, so you won't have to continuously activate more than one. You don't want to see me drive each of these Kerbals to their destination in the lag. Ludman. Oh, Ludman. I recognize him. Well, from later on. I take him somewhere, I think. Yay. Scientist. And a pilot, Jebediah Kerman. Oh, I didn't know I had Jebediah all the way out here. Jebediah is trying to get into the cockpit here somewhere. Trying to find it. Can't find it. It just boards this, eventually boards this. There. Level up crew. Alright. going to go ahead and connect that piece in so I can transfer the, well, I probably said just moved it over, to take it, picked it up and moved the gas over. Now, once again, if you don't like how I have modded the KSI, which enables me to move things around, that's okay, because, well, I mean, the reason why I do that is otherwise the mass amount of time sink in trying to maneuver everything. Yes, it is possible to move everything with the KAS and build cranes and everything. The only problem is that requires more pieces, more lags, more moving parts, and oh my gosh, just massive mess and lag fest. It's just not fun. If the game was completely stable and didn't lag and have weird physics bug outs, then I had originally done that when I first played through with the whole I thought that was really awesome, the whole KAS and everything, but yeah, not so much now, after I know somewhat a little bit more. I mean, I didn't realize it completely at this point. So okay, we are getting ready to launch another drone. This one, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to send it. That's strange. The reactor is not working. Not working at all. Busted. Once again, possible lag problems. They weren't working at all when they should have been. Oh, no uranium. I forgot to transfer the uranium. There we go. That was my own fault. My bad. There we are. No, it had uranium. It was just bugged. Yeah. There we go. Don't ask me why. Alright. So we're launching this probe up into, you have to get it 60K, or no, 90K into the air. Once again, it's still overheating. There you go. Ah, it's overheating because they're not as efficient. That's alright, I can work with it. Because I added Interstellar. And Interstellar messes with the radiators. Makes them not quite as efficient, but I don't have to really use them that much. Alright, so this is where I think we're going to end now. We will continue on from this point at a later date. See you all later. LordMaddog signing off.